Listen closely. The views discussed in this podcast are solely those of the hosts. Audience discretion is advised.
Video should be recording.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to an all-new episode of the Winning Podcast, where it's getting warm, it's getting hot. I got my thighs out.
Yeah, thighs
It's your
and
host.
arms.
Yeah.
I don't really have arms yet. But,
Hey.
hey, but hopefully my next place has a gym, so
Oh my gosh.
I'm getting there.
Already getting into it. What's up, guys? It's Luigi. Welcome to, like I said, welcome back. And welcome to all the new
Caleb.
listeners, and welcome to all the returning listeners.
Yeah,
Thank y'all for rocking with us. Let's get right into it.
absolutely.
How you been?
I've been pretty solid, man. Hopefully I'm going to be moving sometime in the next week. Just waiting to hear back on final approval. They want us to not make a lot of money, so I'm like, I definitely don't.
Oh my gosh.
Please check the records.
This man comes on the podcast every time and is like, yo, I'm poor.
Hey,
Like,
hey, you
what?
know, hey, even if they find out about the podcast, I need all of my records to be exactly the same, okay? And just because I'm not making the big bucks doesn't mean I'm not having fun in life, okay? Like we still do a lot of cool things, and that's what's important to me, all right? So it doesn't matter about the money. Kind of does. But that's what's going on in my world. I just had an art show this last week. I believe I brought it up on the last couple episodes.
Why are
I'm
you
not
singing
sure.
like I wasn't there.
No. I'm just saying for the people who are just joining us.
Okay,
you know?
okay. I was like,
I had my art show. I sold a couple pieces, 2 mirrors and a jacket that I designed. Feeling super inspired. The host of the show was like, yeah, like if you have more pieces, then we need to have them because we need to have your pieces up for a month. So I have to produce a couple more pieces. I'm super excited about that. And then next month we're going to be doing the Capitol Hill Art Walk once again, but with a little bit more, action behind it. I'm going to have more pieces. The entire back wall would be kind of like directed and lit up in specific ways to highlight the mirrors, and I'll have a lot more garments to sell as well. But yeah, it's gonna
Nice.
be a great time.
when is that happening?
It'll be the second Thursday in June. Yeah,
Oh, it's getting hot outside.
it is so hot.
All these things that are now
we
happening.
have windows open and it's still blazing in here.
And that just made me
We're gonna
realize
make it
my
through
next
this.
spot has to have AC because I need to level up.
Yeah.
Right now, it's feeling really broke, and I don't know how I feel about that because I'm hot. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? That's just a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway.
My new spot that I'm looking at is it doesn't have AC. It has not floorboard, but ceiling board. I don't know what they call that. Heating. So the heaters are in the position where an AC unit would be. And then there's a hole in the wall so that I can have them hook my AC unit directly into the building.
Oh, that would be fire.
Yeah.
That'd
So
be
it
fire.
just gives a little bit more power to my already existent unit.
Cause when
And we can rent one.
in Seattle, people in Seattle are always talking about it doesn't get hot in Seattle, but it really does.
It definitely has been getting hotter. And I'm not trying to be all global warming this, global warming that, but straight up it's hot.
It's hot.
And that was not
don't like
normal before.
I don't like it. Yeah, because when you used to come from Pullman and come back to Seattle, it used to be just a lot cooler. I remember it would be mid-August, but Seattle would be a cool, low 70s. And that used to be nice.
Yeah.
Now, bro, it's hot. It's muggy. It's the bugs are out. It's nasty.
Yeah, dude, I was trying to ride a bike somewhere the other day, and when I stopped, there were a bunch of bugs on my shirt, and I was like, oh, man.
yeah.
It's
Nah,
that
ain't nobody
time
trying to do
again.
that. Anyway,
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
The end.
No, I'm doing good. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like lately I've been trying to find a lot of ways to like do things, but at the same time, a lot of ways to not do anything.
Yeah.
Especially because I've been like working for so long. I'm like, I also just kind of want a break.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's sunny, so I've been outside. I just been walking around and doing things. If I'm being honest, like we went out yesterday.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I hate to be that guy, but I was just spending a lot of time working out recently.
Hey, and
You know
honestly,
what I
that's
mean?
totally fine.
Which is great because now it's summertime, so I'm walking around in tank tops and the slut shorts. You know, I'm doing so. It's yesterday. I had a moment. You know, I had the high tops on. It felt real. It felt real 90s kid. You know what I mean? I had the high tops on. I had the mesh tank top, the short shorts, my bag, a matcha in one hand and a blunt in the other, and I was just walking down Capitol Hill.
Welcome to Seattle. That's basically everyone.
Bro, yeah, I had the shades on. I had the AirPods in. My hair was tied up. The podcast was playing. Not my podcast, but a podcast was playing. And I was just strolling around. And honestly, I was like, damn, this feels nice. This feels nice. The only thing I was missing from that moment, I should have shaved. So I only had the mustache because I would really add it to the whole look. But besides that,
Hey, there's still time.
listen, no,
We're
that
going
was
to-
a moment
We're going
that
to the
happened.
beach tomorrow.
I mean, we're going outside today and tomorrow. But how am I? Honestly, I'm chilling.
Amazing.
Yeah, and it feels good to chill, just podcast. I like doing this. I need somebody to pay me to do this. That's just the only logical step.
Or let us
For
on your
me.
boat. But payment is honestly just
Yeah.
as good. I
Yeah.
would definitely love payment, especially right now.
No, not for real. But besides that, like everyone around me is doing good. Everyone, like, you know what I mean? Like you have your art going on. All of the homies are in good health.
All the homies are in hell.
Yeah. No, the homies are
It's
in good
hot,
health.
no?
Yeah, for real. So I feel like we're all in a good spot. So I'm chilling. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
That's really the answer for that.
You know,
I guess
we keep
Go ahead.
we keep talking about we want the gang back together. Why haven't we talked about just why don't you and I bring P here?
What do you mean?
I mean, obviously we
It
could
sounds
go to
like
New
you're making
York.
it sound like we would pay for her to come here, and bro, I'm not trying to do
No,
that.
I'm just saying that like two people going to New York seems like more expensive than one person coming to Washington.
I mean,
We'll
guess.
bring that up later.
Who's
But
gonna house her?
she'd probably stay with me.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds like right
especially if
now,
I get this new spot.
which is, you know, the way it sounds right now is that we're being some fake friends, but we're not. We're asking logical
absolutely.
questions.
Yeah, this
Tickets are
is
expensive.
reasonable. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But talking about fake friends,
And I was just talking about being broke. Not
I know. Yeah, you gonna talk about being broke and talk about, yo, you're trying to fly it home girl into. What,
I
bro?
never said it
That is
like that.
not-
I
that
said,
is
what if
not
we
what it's-
brought P here? All I said.
Well, you gonna make her take the
all
train?
that could take is convincing. Never
guess.
know.
Anyway, fake friends. I've been
Fake
hearing a lot
friends.
of reports on fake friends recently. A lot of people parting ways. A lot of people, you know, getting into group chats and being upset about what's going on. How you feeling?
Hey, man, I feel pretty good. You know, I feel like we have a pretty solid core group of people around us. I haven't really brought very many new people into that core in a while. And the last people that I did bring around each other, and, you know, everybody hit it off pretty well. So
Yeah.
I feel good there.
Yeah.
But I know some other people are not feeling it there.
Yeah. Man, somebody who had said it.
You talking about yesterday?
No, not yesterday, but the other day before anything else. Somebody was like, man, you know, when I used to work at that spot, like those guys used to hit me up. We used to like to hang out and whatever. And then once, you know, he stopped working there, like now he only hangs out with his girlfriend. You know what I mean? Which is not a bad
Yeah.
thing. But as compared to having a community, you know, elsewhere and stuff like that. So he was like, man, so like, were we ever really friends, or we were just, you know, like work colleagues and da 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 that hung
Yeah.
out outside of work?
Yeah.
And that got me thinking. I was like, honestly, I feel like that's how it always is. Though. Like once you leave a workplace, at least American culture makes it kind of weird for you to keep hanging out with those people who still work there.
Yeah, but I think that's messed up.
I mean, I think so too, but
Honestly, yeah,
I
that's
feel like you
weird.
shouldn't really take it personal because it's not just happening to you. I think that's a very common thing
That's fair.
that people usually are like, all right, well, you don't even we don't really.
Our
I don't
schedules
know,
don't
what I
align
mean?
anymore.
Obviously, if you made a really, really good friend there, you guys probably still stay in touch. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't really look at it as like they didn't really like you. Because again, like maybe you just don't work there anymore. Like now things change. Like and again, I feel like American culture really does make it weird. Because a lot of times when you don't work out of place, because you got fired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
but it doesn't have to be embarrassing. You know, I'm still friends with a
and
bunch of
there
my
are instances
bunch of my
where
coworkers that got fired.
You left for another job, or you left because whatever. But you know, we could say 5 out of 10 times because you got fired.
Yeah.
But then again, like I feel like because we're talking about it, and I was like, honestly, if I leave a job, I don't expect anyone to stay buddy with me if we didn't already have like that extreme relationship outside of work.
Yeah.
Because that's just how it is. Like I'm on to a new place, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was interesting. I didn't really take that as like fake friends, but I was like, oh, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But now to talk about the situation from yesterday, that is some fake shit.
Yeah, that's how it's fake. And you know what's crazy? I ended up seeing some of those stories too.
You're lying.
Yeah, no, I saw some of those stories.
And I was
like, dang,
here's the thing
that's
for
messed
me.
up, man.
And here's the thing for me, and that's the other spot where more people should kind of have this mindset. Yo, like these people shouldn't have access to you the way to the point where like when they do stuff like that, it does affect you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's great. Ignore them.
Yeah.
Like that's and this is not like hyping anything or saying anything. But sometimes you got to turn down an event. Like sometimes when somebody's like, hey,
be better than that.
I'm about to go out and you can't be out. See, when full transparency, I've been said there was some off shit about that entire situation. I've been said that.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be clear.
And Luigi don't even believe in astrology like that. And he was like, what? No.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not even, no. Like no. But ultimately, like, that's why I feel like sometimes you got to make your presence a little bit more
unique or individualized.
I don't even want to say that. Like you can't pop out every time. Yeah. I'm big on that. You can't pop because when you pop out every time,
people take advantage of you.
Yeah, and whenever they feel like, oh well, you know, I know they'll come out the next time, so I'm just not gonna invite them to the really, really cool special time. You don't want that. You don't want that energy around you. Me personally, you know what I mean. And friends like that, I wouldn't even keep a friend like that because get out of here.
Yeah, and man, the whole like, if you try to gaslight your friends into hanging out with your other friends, and they don't actually get along, then you're a weirdo.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason why people choose to do or not to do things. And if you are always trying to press the envelope, then are you truly that person's friend?
Hey.
And like, I don't know. That's just something that I've talked about in therapy before over the years. Just like, are the people around you truly people you respect and that respect you?
Yeah.
And you just got to keep only the 1-to-1 ratio around you. Like never do anything else.
Something I've had to come to terms with because everyone does it. Everyone talks shit about everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not what we're talking about.
But yeah,
to me, that's not
that's
a fake
all fun
friend.
and games.
Because
like,
honestly, I think it would be a little weird if like your close friends were really if they didn't have anything they just didn't like about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I say I love my friends, that's not to say there's not things about them that I'm like,
yeah.
Like you
yeah,
know
exactly.
what I mean? Like I'd slap the shit out this nigga. Like, what are you talking about? But I love him. You know what I mean? So that's not what we're talking about. But like, again, doing things that you know only benefit you and really isn't working out well for the other person to me is just kind of odd. I don't know.
Yeah. And I don't know, like if your friendships are contingent on like the experience that you provide to other people, and they just like they choose when they want your experience, that's not a friendship either.
No,
because if
and
you're
also,
friends
we need
with
to
me,
stop saying we don't know because we do know.
Yeah,
in the Winning Podcast, we do know
yeah, we do know
a lot.
We
Not
know a
everything
lot.
though. That's why
It's like that Adventure Time quote. I have an approximate knowledge of many things.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, if your friends are not, if they're not writers, you don't need them. Honestly, like we were saying the other day,
Writers.
we're
Show your
almost
age.
like, not to really hardcore date us or anything, but like we're almost in our 30s. We don't have time for any of that.
No.
Like whether
No.
it's success or it's failure, like I'm gonna figure that out and I'm gonna move accordingly.
It's also okay to not necessarily be like big friends with everybody.
Yeah.
Like, in a lot of things when you're watching the guy just strolling down the street, just saying hello to everyone, just casually. Like, I'm sure I could call that person my friend, but
Yeah. Well, it's like it's like at my job, right? We have a discount that's supposed to be allotted for friends and family.
which they never give me, by the way.
That's ridiculous.
Take that up with management.
Yeah.
And you'd be
well,
like, yo,
okay,
let
here.
him get the, and
Listen.
they still wouldn't apply it.
Listen, the friends and family discount, we're trying to work out a way to make it like an actual thing, like a trackable object. And so we're going to propose the idea of making cards. Like you would get a card with your name on it that you show every time you come into the shop. That's like, this is my friends and family card.
Can you like customize the card?
I mean, as long as your name is still visible, I guess theoretically it would be fine.
Can we just have a name in the system that I'm like, yo, that's my nickname and that's what the streets call me?
Oh my God. We'll figure something out there. But
Food for thoughts.
it would be some kind of a card, maybe scannable or
It would hurt my
otherwise,
clientele.
that would allow us to pull up your information, and it would give you like access to that discount. But it also you would only get 3 cards per employee. Because right now we have an issue of like a bunch of people just showing up out of nowhere and being like, hey, yo, that's my homie, this, that, and the other. And then like, if nobody wants to give them the discount, if the person they're working with doesn't want to give them the discount, they'll like look around in the shop and like find somebody that's helped them before, and they'll be like, hey, like, you know me.
That's too much.
Yeah, it's that
That's
kind of
too
like,
much.
it's
when
that.
I don't get the discount, I just fucking pay and walk out.
Yeah, like,
yo.
That's the kind of stuff that we're trying to avoid. Obviously, customers like you that we know are not going to cause an issue, which I'll make sure to add that into your account anyway. That's not what we're trying to avoid. But we want to avoid people that are just coming in all the time.
And let's be clear, it happened once.
Yeah. Because most of the time he's there with me.
It happened once. And honestly, I don't think she heard you. And I really don't hold it against that person. But I just, imagine being in the weed shop trying to cause a ruckus because you need a discount.
Bro, it happens so often.
That's crazy.
And that's the thing. These
That's
people
crazy.
will come in. There's one man.
We need
I
to bleep
can't
that out.
Yeah,
We're
I
talking
can't
about
even.
the weed shop.
Yeah, I can't even give things away because they want me to make content for them now. So I can't give too much away.
Anyway,
But
on to the next thing. Summer in Seattle. It's fucking lit.
once again, it's hot.
You know,
It's like the
we'll also
7th time
edit
we
this
said it,
part
but it's
out.
hot.
We'll edit some part of this out so it's a little bit more casual.
Yeah,
We're not trying to, we can't let y'all know how we move. We
can't
I'm
blow
just
up the
letting you
spot.
know. Anyway, summer in Seattle, thighs are out. I'm really looking forward to all the beautiful people who are going to be out there. We're going to the beach tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yo, I like the beach. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Summer in Seattle for me is walking around with a Korean corn dog, some boba, short shorts, my reusable bag, my shades on. You know what I mean? Music. Come on, man. I'm trying to hang out. I'm trying to hold hands. If you're trying to hold hands, let me know.
Ooh, sultry.
Yeah, you know what I mean? If you're trying to hold hands and laugh and share some ice cream, I don't know.
My guy said,
Some
I
cute
like
stuff.
holding hands and long walks on the beach.
Or a Pike Place, you know what I mean?
I'm trying to, I'm looking up a Lock waterproof hairnet.
Oh, I looked this up on Amazon. They're ugly.
I know they're ugly, but like
but
I
it's
can't.
necessary.
Yeah, all right. You can't really see much, but I dyed my hair, and so I don't want to subject that to salt
Yeah.
water tomorrow. Like that's not a good look.
Which
I'm
means-
just gonna turn weird colors.
Yeah, I gotta.
Yeah. I'll wear a shower cap to the beach.
mean-
I do not care. Like I'll keep it wrapped
that
up.
That just wouldn't stick.
Yeah, probably not. Let's see. Lock waterproof bonnet.
Probably on Amazon. That's where I looked last time.
Oh man, this one looked like a trash bag.
I'm telling you.
Crazy. Satin lined rain
That's
hat.
market.
Yeah, that is market. I believe we've
that's the
said
market.
this on the podcast before.
Maybe we
Like
could look into it.
I need a swim cap. Okay, there we go. Long hair swim cap. Swim caps for women. I'll do it if it can overnight.
Let me see.
It's not that bad. It looks like my original
It's
one.
not that bad, no. I got like a you got
XL.
sizes though.
Yeah.
I don't think I need an XL. I think I might need like a medium.
It says tomorrow. This is the large, extra large blue. Ooh. Hey, yeah. If I order both of them, it'll be over $25, and then we could overnight it.
But won't you have to get here before 1 p.m.?
Yeah, it'd be overnight 4 a.m. to 8 a.m.
All right, let's do that for the podcast. Yeah, so it looks like I'm going swimming tomorrow with the fishes.
We
and
might be getting wet.
You know what I
ankles
mean?
out.
and that means a lot of things.
That really does.
Yeah.
Last time we did this, we all were like, ah, ha, 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 let's take a clever video of us running into the water, and literally all fell. So
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so with that wraps up the first part. Eventually, we will have the technology to just do long form videos without having to stop.
Yeah, and you guys will know because the quality is just going to be
Yeah.
going to increase out of nowhere.
For right now,
I'm not even going to say anything about it.
commercial break. You already know.
Podcast.
So, we're getting right into it again.
A lot of stuff happened this
But let's talk about why Twitter is such a nasty place.
week. We've talked about this before for sure.
Twitter
not just Twitter,
detectives.
but the internet.
The things people do on Twitter, the things people say, the way they try to act. It's crazy out there, man, because for a second, I almost believed them.
Oh, snap. What happened this
You know what I
time?
mean? I'm talking about, so the whole thing with Jamie Foxx and
Oh,
him being in
yeah.
the hospital. You know what I mean? A couple weeks back, we heard something happened to Jamie Foxx, which I'm happy to report that apparently he's doing a lot better now, you know. You know, his daughter said that he's doing a lot better and expect him to come home. But we don't know what happened. People were talking about strokes and all sorts of other stuff. Someone even said that he died and they're just waiting to announce it. Yo,
Chill, bro.
these are real people.
Yeah,
these
chill,
are
B.
real people.
What if I said that about you to your
Yeah.
family?
Yeah.
I mean, that just sounds vile. Even saying it,
exactly.
like that's messed up, man. I'm not gonna
So-
return that kind of energy.
I don't know what's happening with Jamie Foxx. It's one of those things that once it got announced, I just wanted to wait and see how it,
Yeah.
kind of unfolded. If he really is just going home and everything's looking up for him, good. I don't really need any more information. I don't even need to know what happened. Is he good?
Yeah,
he's good?
No, I'm just saying I have no idea. I'm agreeing with you that I don't even need to know until he comes out and is like, "Hey, yo, I'm in the next movie,"
Yeah.
or whatever he's doing. I let him do him.
Which life
If he's
comes
not
at you
okay,
fast.
yeah. If he's not okay, I'll wait to hear it from
Yeah.
an official source.
Life
Like I'm
comes
not
at
gonna
you
press
fast.
it.
I feel like maybe it was just my algorithm, but I've been seeing a lot more news coverage on Jamie Foxx about how he's so talented, about all the movies he's done, a lot of clips, gifs, images, a lot. You know what I mean?
Maybe he had a bad stunt.
I don't know what happened.
Maybe
but
he
I'm
was
just
trying to do
saying
a movie and he was
things
trying
are
to
a
do
little funny.
a flip.
I don't like it. You know what I mean? I don't like that. You know, my man started getting mad coverage and he's getting ready to go on to the next level, and then he gets tossed a curveball. And that's all I'm gonna say about it. But I do hope that Jamie Foxx is doing well, recovering from whatever happened. And again, Twitter's a nasty place because man, they were
Yeah.
saying all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, and what I am loving about new Twitter is what I'll call it is that, or more modern Twitter is the, I don't know, the little messages underneath the posts that are like fake news that are like, this is not being confirmed. Like, I actually
we
really
need to let you know this person is just talking.
I really appreciate that.
I do like those too.
Because
I like those a lot.
it has really stopped me from even considering some things. Like, I'll look at something and then see that little blurb. Like, I sent you something earlier. I don't know if you saw that, but I was like, look at the reason for why it's not real underneath it. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find that really quick.
You know what's funny about those? I'm glad that Twitter has changed so much, and I know no one wants to hear this.
Yeah, literally nobody. That's a hot take, according to everybody.
What?
That Twitter is a better place now. Not a better place now, but
I think it's a better place. A lot less blue check marks because honestly,
there are a lot more blue. No, I see.
No. But really?
Yeah,
because
like the real people that I follow allowed their blue checks to go away, and then a lot of the other people who now have access to just getting one are getting them.
Okay, well,
at least again, it's different algorithms, different timelines.
So I'm obviously, but this is what I'm getting to. Before, when you had a blue check mark, depending on whatever reason you got it for.
And I'm like, yo, that's boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Right?
See? And okay.
Yeah, this is a prime
no free
example.
Clout, but Daily Loud. I blocked that account.
Oh, really?
Yeah, easy.
Dang.
Easy. There's a lot of blocked reporting news account on my block list on my Twitter profile.
I originally followed it because they were specifically tweeting jokes.
Yeah,
like Daily Loud used to literally just be jokes, and then eventually it started reporting real stuff.
Everyone switches to we got to report real news, real events. No, that's never. And then look at you,
honestly,
reporting false information.
Yeah, exactly.
No, blocked.
Yeah.
So what I was getting at on Twitter, it used to be, let's say Daily Loud had the blue check mark. A lot of times you would have to take what they said as the truth, because clearly you're an organization with influence that earned the infamous blue check mark. Yeah. But now we know a lot of y'all would have paid for it if that was the option in the first place. Yeah. Right? And a lot of people now who lost their blue check mark, which let me explain to you how that really ended up working out. A lot of people who lost their blue check mark, to me, it made sense because just because you work at Spotify doesn't mean you should have a blue check mark. Yeah. Because now that blue check mark could mean a lot of things based on what you're tweeting and whatever it is that you're actually doing. So now I think it's good to know this person doesn't know what they're talking about. Sure, he has a blue check mark that he paid for, one. Yeah. And two, he doesn't know what he's talking about. I think it works out well. To Twitter Blue. Because the other version of having a blue check mark now, which I found out because of pro athletes that I follow, is if you're tied to in the soccer world, Real Madrid just played Manchester City. It was a 1-1 final. Crazy. So Real Madrid actually has a golden, this official organization. Now what this organization can do is they can select accounts of their players and give them check marks and be like, no, these are affiliates. Yeah, so that's mad different.
Makes a lot of sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. See, now everybody's a hater.
Yeah, right? Obviously, you can go and pay for the $8 blue check mark as a content creator because you're trying to grow your business, sure. Yeah. But let's say you work for Walmart and you're their CEO, your blue check mark would be different, and right next to your blue check mark, it would have the organization that legitimizes who you are.
Do you also, so another thing on the perspective of Twitter, how do you feel about the split of the for you trending and who you follow? So previously, if you opened up Twitter, the only things that you saw were people you followed. Yeah. Now the homepage is like a for you page, much the same as TikTok is. So you'll see people that you follow, the majority of, or people they follow. And then just sponsored content.
I've
and other
trained
things.
Mine enough to now when I open my Twitter, it's just the people I follow. It doesn't open to the other side. I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, overall,
how do I feel about
you,
it?
yeah, like, would you ever use those sections? Obviously, like, the trending section is something that we comb through relatively
Honestly,
often, but, like,
again, I know how this sounds because I know what the cliches and I know what the public opinion is about it. I've started using social media on a more business aspect than it is. Obviously, I'm still getting jokes. I'm still getting my laughs out of it. But a lot of the people that I follow now have tailored my algorithm in such a way that, like, I like it. Like I said, I think Twitter's gotten cleaned up a lot. I guess if you want to call it old Twitter, I spent a lot of time blocking accounts, reporting stuff. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see that. And now, you know what I mean? Like, when I get on my Twitter, even if I'm on the For You page, it's like soccer, it's games, it's, you know, like your art, and it's what my friends are actually, it's a good mix, and it's no more random. Because what I used to really hate about Twitter were the people who had quirky personalities and would like porn on Twitter, and then it would show up on my page. I hated that. You know what I mean? I don't see that anymore.
yeah, that's fair.
I don't see a lot of that
Very
anymore.
fair. I don't really see other people's likes.
And
I
when
don't
I
really
go
get
and
suggestions or any of that stuff.
Yeah, when I go and I block Daily Loud, it keeps a lot of those other accounts from popping up on my thing. So I'm not crediting this to Elon Musk, if I'm being completely honest. I'm not doing that, and that's not what this is. But I do think stripping a lot of people of their blue check mark, because a lot of time, again, they would try to leverage what they're saying with that blue check mark, and that should have never been a thing.
Yeah.
Now you're going out of your way to pay for it, and you're still being corny, which nothing wrong with being corny, but now we know that it's not something that you actually earned, because when the blue wave went over, you didn't get to keep yours as a legitimate person of, you know.
Yeah.
And even people like LeBron. I understand LeBron's a big public figure, but honestly, like,
LeBron supersedes any team.
Yeah.
So, like, you can't really be like, you can't really just donate your blue check to LeBron, right?
Well,
like,
it's not even that. It's like LeBron doesn't have a blue check mark, but he, at the same time,
he doesn't want it.
yeah, you know what I mean? And obviously, you could try to go and make fake LeBron accounts, but then now you're just getting banned left and right. Like I said, it's the people who are upset about it. I feel like it's one of those situations where you didn't really look into it. You just read the headlines and ran with it. But there is a lot more that goes into it. And he did just announce a new CEO, a woman. I don't know who the woman is. I got to look into it. Nice. And I don't really know what that means. I wasn't really going anywhere with that. But I'm just saying, like, there's a lot more happening than, oh, now you got to pay to use Twitter, because you still don't.
Yeah, you still don't have to do anything.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
And if you want, anyway, so that, but Twitter's a nasty place. People try to do a lot of things on Twitter that, again, they'll spread false narratives. They'll tell you people are dead. They'll try to push a lot of agendas, and I don't know. Yeah. It's either the bots or people are really losing their minds.
They love to say that people are dead.
Anyway.
My goodness. But yeah, stop being ridiculous on Twitter. We've said this before.
Jamie Foxx is alive and well.
Yeah.
I'm sure his next movie or special will be awesome.
Maybe not super well, but he's alive. He's doing better.
Yeah. As far as we know.
As far as we know.
But what we do know is that Kanye and Adidas are back in bed together.
Hey, and honestly, like we said before, we'll take it. Because Adidas without Kanye in the Yeezys, like, business model,
$1.3 billion short.
Yeah, it's
under revenue.
It's, and beyond that, they can't sell it without him. No. Like, and it's not even just like Kanye elitists. They're like people who are just like up Kanye's, like in Kanye's court or anything like that. I just don't think that the direction of selling those products is there without the person that created them.
Yeah.
Because you guys don't really know what to do. And also, like, with the creative rights that he has over the intellectual property in and of itself, like, what are you going to do? Not pay him?
No, they're going to pay him.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, without taking this step. Like, there's literally nothing you could have done.
They did say they were going to give the entire, proceeds to organizations that he affected with what he said, which to me was a clear shot of saying we're gonna funnel the money somewhere and make it back another way. Because what do you mean? Like, I understand what Kanye said was not good.
They're gonna sponsor a 10K or something.
But listen,
like
that's what I'm saying. I understand what Kanye did was wrong, but you're not gonna tell me that you're not gonna
corporate wash.
You're gonna give
this
billions
scenario.
of dollars away to the companies he hurt by the things he said. No, there's something else going on here. And everyone's like, well, we can't just destroy all of it. Yeah, you can.
You can.
Yeah,
actually.
you can. Right now, if you just need to clear up the warehouses, yeah, you can.
And what happens to product that doesn't get sold in every other aspect?
I'm sure they just sit there.
Yeah, like.
And if you really want to do philanthropy work with this, go give these shoes out
in Africa.
Okay, why I gotta be Africa?
Hey, I don't know. That's just the first place that comes to mind.
There's other poor places in the world.
Go give them out to people that don't have shoes.
Yeah. And
honestly, give them out to people in America. There's a ton of people in America that don't have shoes.
Kanye's gonna get a 15%, cut of everything sold. So, yeah.
I think that like this is the most win-win situation that they could have reached.
I think this is them wanting to test the waters.
They're definitely trying to wash this.
No, I think they're trying to test the. I think if this goes well, the next move is, well, we also had a lot of like sketches and other ongoing projects, so we're just gonna bring him back to finish those out. I think they're gonna work together again. I don't think this is the last we hear of Kanye and Adidas. I don't know if Ye will go back and work with them.
No.
But if he does, I think it's gonna happen.
Okay, so in terms of the like possibility for unreleased work coming out, I think that in that regard, their best bet would be to not do that. I know they may try to do it, but I think it would be in their best interest not to attempt.
I feel like
to
at
do
that point, no one's gonna care about.
I guess probably
that.
not, but at the same time, in the longevity of your company, it doesn't look great.
If they put out $1.3 billion worth of product and it sells out within a week, even, you know what? Let's just say even a month or however long they put out these products. You don't think they're gonna try to make a move on this?
I don't think again, like you said, they can't do it again with Kanye.
Yeah, they can. I didn't say that. I think they can.
I don't think they would. I don't think he would either.
I think they both would. Obviously, Adidas will keep being that company without Kanye and vice versa. But I think if these products hit the market and they fly off the shelves and no one's really that upset about it, or it creates enough buzz for Adidas stocks to like move any positive way.
What if?
Bro, shadow meetings are gonna happen.
What if we get a Bud Light situation?
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
What if?
Only because
what if people buy them and then Adidas is like, hey, we made our money back. That's good. Like, we're cool. And then people just destroy them.
With what?
I don't know. What do you mean destroy them with
Bro, you
what?
don't.
There are tons of ways to destroy shoes.
Here's how I know this is not going to happen. All right. I walk around Seattle. I've traveled. People are rocking their Yeezys and keeping them in mint condition. I know there is a line of people already with their credit cards lined up to buy the shoes when they drop.
Hey, and I have no doubts about that myself either.
But I don't think...
I'm just saying I don't think that as a company it's in their best interest to do it again after that. Like, from a public perspective, sure, yes, most of the people that are buying these products don't care because, let's just be real, they're not interested in politics. They're not interested in the race wars. They're not interested in any of that stuff. They sit on their computers all day and night and use bots to buy shoes. So, like...
I mean...
Not all of them, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the kind of people that we're dealing with, not people who are just like activists. Like, activists aren't going to be engaged in this because they don't want to be associated with Kanye West.
But I think that's the exact reason why Adidas can go and work with him again, because their demographic,
they see that
their demographic aren't the people who cares about what he said. If I'm being completely honest, I don't think Balenciaga's demographic cares about what he said either. I think if they would have dropped more clothes with him, they would have sold easily. Not
probably.
even saying what he said wasn't that bad. It's just the kids lining up to buy Yeezys did not care Kanye West what was going on around. If anything, I think they were looking for the next time he did it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But that's because I don't know. We've talked about I don't know if we've talked about it on this show on air, but like meme culture, and it's like everything is a joke now.
Yeah.
Like even if it's serious, it's a joke. So like I don't really know to what degree to take all of this. Not saying that I think it's a joke. I'm just saying that obviously the next generation underneath us they don't care because everything is a joke to them. Like I don't know.
It's quick content.
I asked my brother, not even my brother, just in my head, what I have is asking my brother a simple question, him giving me a stupid answer, doing some kind of Fortnite dance, and then running away.
Yeah.
Like, that's just like all I think about of the entire younger generation. And so I'm like, yeah, they don't care about any of that.
Fortnite.
They don't care about any of that. Like, and the fact that there aren't, I'm sure there are, but the fact that there aren't Yeezys in Fortnite is another crazy thing to me. Like, and if Kanye comes
I don't
back,
think Fortnite could afford that.
if Kanye comes back to Adidas and a Balenciaga in the future, I could definitely see years down the line those being products in Fortnite or another game similar.
Yeah. I don't know if Fortnite got that budget. But anyway.
Bro, they have an unruly
Talking
budget,
about
low-key.
budgets, man, it seems like every time we come in here,
Talking
or
about
for the last
somebody
couple
getting
weeks, we talk about people getting fired, companies closing, and now MTV News is no longer a thing, which if I'm being completely honest, I didn't know that was still happening.
Me either. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, MTV News. We
I
love
was
you.
like, oh, no, this is really sad, but
Yo, what? That's like if you told me Mad TV was still making like active episodes.
yeah.
Which, hey, maybe they are.
Which again,
Somebody fact check me.
everyone's trying to turn the news. Obviously, we pretty much are also reporting on news, but this is the new
format. Yeah.
Yeah, like people are potting now. People are online on their YouTube channel. People are cooking and delivering news. No one
Tucker
wants to just sit
Carlson.
in front of a TV. You know, Tucker Carlson.
We gotta talk about that too.
Yo,
yeah.
he's gonna be on Twitter.
Yeah, he said he's gonna. He's basically just starting a Twitter podcast.
Yeah,
and that's it.
25 million views or reactions on that post.
Yep. He's gonna be out here.
Listen,
And then companies like MTV, Vice. I don't know. I'm pretty sure CNN also reported a drop in viewership after losing Don Lemon. But yeah, it's a lot. Like
Yeah.
nobody wants to sit and watch an entire network's worth of news for just the guy that they want
No.
to see.
No.
Right? Like they
Now I
just
can
want to
go-
see where they're
again,
at.
That's exactly what it is. How is he delivering his content? Oh, well, now it's a podcast. Oh, where can I get it? Spotify, Apple Music,
Twitter.
You know? Oh, like how often does he post?
Man.
You know, every other day, once a week. And like, again, you train your audience the way you want them to. And now I don't have to wait. Now I don't have to like sit in front of the TV and watch them. I don't have to wait for MTV News. I just got to get my news once a week.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He's going to wrap up everything that happened the week before, everything that's going to, that's how we want it now.
Yeah.
It's because that's what I read in an article that was more like, it's not that people have shorter attention spans. They just want the content delivered in a different way.
They want it succinct. And it's not that it's a short attention span. It shouldn't take you 20 minutes to explain to me something that it should reasonably take 5 minutes if you explain it.
If you explain it well. I agree.
Exactly.
I agree. And if I do want the longer version of that, at least I know where to get it still.
Exactly.
Like if I want to hear, so again, I think that's what a lot of these companies aren't noticing. And I think this is where, theory. Whenever something's big's about to happen, there always seems to be this agenda from the general public that we cannot let it happen because it's going to be terrible. One of those things is podcasting, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, what? Another guy with a microphone. What? And all this and that. But it's like,
how else are you going to get your information?
Just people who are just bots that are like, oh, no, don't do it. When in reality, it's a growing field. You think Tucker Carlson's going to come on freaking Twitter and put out a whole news? No. This man's going to be doing Twitter circles, or Spaces, whatever it's called. It's gonna be podcasting, and then he'll be like, catch it on YouTube later if you wanna, if you didn't have time to catch it on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah.
So things are changing. So I'm realizing, man, you can't let people. I don't know.
I'm interested to see what kind of change Tucker Carlson's content is going to make.
He's probably gonna start telling secrets. I don't know.
Maybe.
Because now he has no ties.
They're saying that he's technically still under contract.
With who?
Fox.
How?
Because I don't know the specifics, but it's one of those like.
Didn't we talk about this actually? How they fired him so that he can go do something else, but still.
Yeah, he can't do anything else yet. There's still like something about the running out of his contract, or just like people are just trying to pick at it, right?
Yeah.
Like this is the internet doing their thing again. But
Twitter being a nasty place.
yeah, like they're trying to figure that he has like a non-compete clause with Fox that may still be in effect simply because of the timing of his contract end and like all of this situation.
Okay, so you just got to wait it out. I'm sure he could do that.
Bet.
Yeah.
And that's why I think he's going with Twitter, because like Twitter is like, that's just like the free speech capital. You can say literally whatever you want.
Almost.
Yeah. Yeah. And no one will really check you on it except for the fact checkers. And as long as what you say is facts, then you're really eating.
Yeah,
like,
for real.
And if he just gets up on there and spits facts, even if he selects those facts, he's gonna
say the
eat.
fact and sprinkle some opinion up top.
Easy.
That's easy too.
Every time.
So, but at the
All
same
you
time,
have to do is say, here's the facts, and my opinion, in his little voice, is that da 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 da.
But I'm gonna tell you what though, while it is very sad for people to be losing their jobs, for people to be getting laid off, and for these companies to literally stop existing, what's not sad is that we're gonna take another commercial break, and after that, I will tell you about how black people are actually up in this economy.
My
the Winnie
gosh.
Podcast.
I don't even know if that's the best way to say that. We'll be back. They told Tory, yeah, what you can't have is a new trial, but what you can have is possibly 20 years in jail.
Oh my god! I thought it was 9.
9? Is that what? Only 9 years for assault with a deadly weapon?
He didn't get
not
no,
resulting in
that's
homicide.
not. Okay, so
I'm just saying
that's not what he got charged with in the first place.
I'm sure it's not, but that's what most people would have been charged with. Again, we talked about how celebrities be getting away with the craziest shit.
No, but because to clarify, I'm pretty sure Tory is going to jail for just having or for just
discharging a firearm.
Yeah, discharging a illegal firearm. Yeah, he's not going to jail for shooting Meg.
Settlement in a court on that one, I'm pretty sure, wasn't it?
Well, no, that was just dropped altogether. Because, again, unreasonable doubt and everything else like that. But that's not what we're here to discuss. Tory Lane did file for a new motion, begging for his life pretty much. And the DA was pretty much like, no.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
Which I thought was wild.
Why?
Because not that like it wasn't a reasonable verdict. It's just like I feel like a lot of people would have been able to at least get that retried. Like specifically that charge of like discharging an illegal firearm, like at least getting your sentence reduced.
But everybody said they saw him do it.
Of course.
So
I'm just
what
saying
is there
that
to retry?
a lot of people would have been able to get away with that. Not Tory Lane stuff.
I mean, one of those things was gonna stick. All right.
Absolutely, it was.
So I think that was the easiest one to make.
Yeah.
Stick.
But I'm also just like interested in the whole legal process of denying like a retrial or denying an appeal and like stuff like that. And you're right, one of those was gonna stick, but for them to be like, absolutely not, we're not gonna retry.
I mean,
like
it's not
you
like
doing that.
It's not like Tory Lanez is really presenting himself in a way to garner any sympathy. If I'm
Like,
being
yeah, any
completely
positive
honest.
imagery.
You know what I mean? Like, even leading up to his trial, you were slapping people. You were being in places you were told not to be. You were acting like everything was kosher, like nothing was gonna happen. And if I'm being completely honest, Canadian or not, you're still a black man with a receding hairline in America, and like you weren't gonna get away with everything. That just was not gonna happen.
Foul.
What?
He said with a receding hairline, but you're right.
Yeah, you weren't. No, and
And honestly, bro, if you look at him just plain face, I think he looks like you. Bro, you remember the Proud Family movie with
No.
the peanut heads?
yeah,
Yeah.
Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez.
So listen,
I'm gonna make that.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I want to see a brother go to jail because I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see a father taken from their child.
But here's my final say on this, because I do want to leave this behind us. If I didn't do it, I'm gonna let you know I didn't do it. I'm not gonna let people keep taking the stand. Everyone but me going up there, strangers, no. If I didn't do it, I'm taking the stand. I didn't do it. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. It wasn't me.
And if
Unloaded a firearm.
and if you didn't do it, then that'll stick. But
Yeah.
if you did it, then
But-
there's nothing that you can say.
But I mean, I'm sure now that he's home and the aspect of going to jail for a long time,
When would he have to go? Like June or something like that?
I think his sentencing is coming up within the next couple months. But I mean, in the music industry, not everybody comes out of jail a Gucci.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's because Gucci went in a Gucci. Like,
I guess that's fair.
yeah, and he just came out sober, and that was it, really. And that
I
was
don't know
just
if
still
Tory
as
Lanez
good.
will have the same impactful return on his music career once he gets out of jail.
Absolutely
which
not. I
Now
don't think so.
seems undeniable that is going to happen.
Yeah. And also, not just like, sure, yeah, you're right. Like, not just for this situation. I do think Tory Lanez is a good musician and artist, but he is not the kind of musician or artist that gets hardened by going to jail, right?
Oh,
like,
no.
You're on the edge of R&B.
Oh, no.
You're on the edge of R&B, like not really a full-on hardcore
And this is why you need to be
rapper.
nice to people.
Yeah,
when you're 120 pound with a wet t-shirt on, you can't walk around ready to take on the world like that. You got to be nice. You got to know your battles. And honestly, I wouldn't even be carrying weapons if that was me.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't carry a weapon now.
Yeah, I don't carry weapons currently.
But it's kind of crazy that, again, we live in a world where people feel the need. I'm going to a party at Kylie, whatever her last name's house. Mm-hmm. I don't need a gun. I'm gonna leave that at the house tonight. I think I'll be all right.
Yeah.
I got my security with me. I got a driver. I'm with some women. Like, what do I need a gun for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man.
Situation that could have been avoided. And again, it's Tory Lanez. You're in the hills. You're like, who's robbing you, bro? No one's pulling up. You
Yeah.
got to go to John Ponder. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
And I agree with that. And like you said, something was going to stick.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
unfortunately-
I don't. Again, I don't know the law at all. Like discharging an illegal firearm, that sounds like a very interesting charge for you to put somebody in prison for. But
I mean, different states, different laws.
that's another
And
thing.
If I'm being completely honest, if I'm just sitting in my living room and I catch a stray, that's because you were shooting bullets outside because you're upset, you going to jail. I want you in jail. Are you serious, bro? No, like that's insane. So I see why they're trying to put him in jail, because you're a public enemy. You can't just be in a residential area letting off guns. Like, I don't care, firearm, whatever it is, like, and people don't seem to think about this, but like, you could shoot at the ground and that shit ricochet and like does
and kill
damage
somebody.
elsewhere. You know what I mean? Poor Meg, but the situation just needs to die. Stop trying to appeal what happened. No one needs to reopen this case. And again, if you really didn't do it,
yeah, bro, go to
you should
jail.
have been said this. It's
Yeah.
too late now. I'm sorry. It
And
sounds bad.
And if you couldn't find the evidence up until now, you're probably not going to find it.
Yeah,
I'm
and
gonna be
your
real with you,
star
bro.
witness on your defense cannot be on the stage talking about, yeah, I saw him shoot the gun off. That is, yeah, bro, it's too late. Meg, you're looking good. I'm sorry that happened to you.
I hope your man is giving you all kinds of massages.
All right.
Hey, I was gonna say foot massage, but you already accused me of being a foot person a couple episodes ago.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I am not that person.
Another news. When I talked about black people being up, I didn't really mean Tory Lanez.
Yeah, Tory Lanez down.
What I meant was 50 Cent has joined the bidding war to buy BET.
I'm honestly here for that,
Yeah, me too.
and I don't really see why not. To be completely real with you, like
just
what?
no argument.
That I don't know. It's like for me, it's being like The Rock wants to run the WWE instead, and you're like, okay.
I don't know about that.
I mean, the current Rock maybe not, but like
Yeah.
if you had like I don't know because you had Triple H before, right?
But like if you told me like Lil Wayne wanted, which love Wayne, well, I'm not even gonna use Wayne. If you told me like 2 Chainz wanted to buy BET, I wouldn't know about that.
No, yeah,
You know
I
what I
wouldn't
mean?
do that.
If Snoop Dogg wanted to buy BET, like
Tyrese Gibson,
yeah, you know what I mean.
he needs to stop spending money.
But I think 50, or we'll call him Curtis because you know
50. Oh my
it's
God.
not 50 Cent buying BET, it's Curtis Jackson buying BET.
That's property.
He's shown that he can be successful in the film and movie industry.
Yeah.
And shows.
with like Power. And,
Yeah.
what was the other one?
It's just like Power Book 1, Power Book 2.
Yeah, but didn't he do something else too besides
Yeah.
that project?
Yeah, he's done a lot in film and movie. He's worked with all the big networks. He also just bought, I'm pretty sure, like 980,000 square feet to create a studio. So who else? Him and Tyler, because the other
Mr.
person in the
Have a
running.
Baby by me, baby,
No,
be
the
a
other
billionaire
person in the
himself.
running is Tyler Perry.
Oh wow.
Because, Tyler Perry's big money now. Long way from sleeping in his car. And then some other big investors.
I respect Tyler Perry. I just also don't know about the direction of BET under Tyler Perry's direction.
I mean, again, I don't think they would just turn those into bigger versions of those current projects.
I know
I
that.
think they've both shown mad success
Just
in the
business
TV
management.
space. You know what I mean? That I think. Also, I'm pretty sure BET is owned by white people right now, so I'm all for switching that card over. Nothing against that, but I think obviously there's always a level of disconnect when it's not coming from the culture. You can have story writers, you can have all of that, you can have all the pop and glow you want, but when you get the actual experience in there, bro, I think it's gonna be real different.
Yeah.
Maybe now there won't be reruns of I don't know,
Martin.
like Love and Basketball every day.
But I love loving basketball.
I mean, yeah, but go watch it elsewhere. Give us new
That's fair.
content. a lot of
Give me
channels.
a BET streaming platform that actually is nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, give people new content. Why is it that?
An all black streaming service.
But that's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
man.
But that's what I'm saying. Why is it that our streaming services are all reruns, nothing new, nothing that big, while Disney's out here with their streaming service pushing out Mandalorian, pushing out all these other stuff. That's what we need. No
What
more
if-
reruns. Make it rerun Fridays, sure, but only on Fridays. Every other day, new shows, new content, new stars, new
Like
everything.
Tuesdays.
And
are a
that's
better
why I
day
feel
for
like
reruns.
that's okay, whatever. So that's why I feel like it should go, because both of these guys again have shown that they're in touch with the industry. So why not?
I agree. And hey, man, I think in a perfect world, you would get both of them in on the same project.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if that's on the table or if that's
It might
out
be.
of grasp.
That's what I was gonna say, because I don't think 50 is looking to buy the entirety of it. Because I think it's one of those situations where like me and a couple buddies are gonna go in to buy the entire thing. He's just obviously the more notable name out of that equation.
Yeah, it's like when they were redoing the Climate Pledge Arena here. It's
Yeah.
like it's not just Amazon. It's like
Is
Amazon.
your microphone on?
My microphone's on. Yeah, I'm just not talking super loud.
Oh, well, I feel like I wasn't picking up anything.
Yeah,
The Winning Podcast where we edit live. We'll
Yeah.
talk louder, nigga. What the fuck?
Hey, bro, chill.
Nah, 'cause I'm looking at the thing, and anyway,
Hold on.
sound like you're falling asleep.
Stop. Testing. Yeah, you're just talking over me.
No, because you're talking
Leave me
loud, lower.
alone.
But yeah, I'm not mad at it.
I'm definitely down for it. Like, I think I'm just a little bit further away. I'm definitely down for it. I could definitely see 50 in there. Definitely see Tyler Perry in there collectively. Would also be really cool. Man, fuck it. Put Michael Jordan in there. You know he likes to gamble on random big things.
On the bid.
See?
Him or Shaq. One or the other.
I could see Shaq for sure.
But I don't know. It's out of my tax bracket. I don't even know what kind of money they're talking about for BET. I just know black wealth is... I just
It's
feel
propagating.
like... I was talking to a friend the other day, and I was like, in America... groups seem to take over an industry and it just stays that way. And it really does feel like our people have really occupied the entertainment space and are really making moves to own the entertainment space.
Yeah.
Own
your masters.
Yeah. So it's kind of nice to see that. Obviously, I'd like to see us have bigger spaces and communities in all industries. But it's kind of nice to know that, this is now predominantly black, the culture is black, and it's also ran with black people.
I just would also love to see, BET evolve into something a lot more modern beyond just like the TV space, right? Like BET has a potential to realistically be like, it always has had the potential to be the forefront of black entertainment. Like, man, we're always talking about the first deals that we want. Let us be the first podcast on BET's network of podcasts. Like, man, we'll talk about only black people stuff. I'll never report on a white person again.
Nah,
we
for
try
real.
not to as hard as we can.
Nah, for real. Because, honestly, that is what I need. A space where I can just, again, let's get in touch.
Yeah,
Have your people call my people. Or a team of 3. And we'll go from there. So, moving on. Talking about white people. Mr. Beast buys an entire neighborhood. I'm not mad at it. A lot of people seem to be.
Either.
I don't know why, but I'm not mad at it.
I said when you brought this up that it's a lot like Bill Gates. Like a lot of people, maybe the younger generation doesn't know this or whatever, but Bill Gates owns his entire neighborhood. And it's not for his workers at all. He owns his entire neighborhood simply because he knows that his neighbors are in the same age range as him and that, if they go before him, it's another house on his block with ain't nobody to bother him in it.
Yeah.
And that sounds super like dickheadish, like when you think about it. But honestly, I feel that too.
Yeah.
Maybe I just want to be alone. Like, you're going to die alone. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my whole neighborhood. I'm going to die alone on my block.
I made sure of it.
Yeah. What? Come
That's
on.
funny.
But I feel like, sorry, you want to...
Well, I was just going to say, I don't really know the reason why he bought... I know he bought it for his team.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because he want them to be closer to work or if it's just giving it as a gift. I didn't really look too much into it. I just realized a lot of people were giving him crap
They're
for it.
so ready
They
to
were
hate.
really upset about it.
Yeah.
And honestly, who am I to tell somebody how to spend their money? I don't know the guy. Every time I look at Mr. Beast, I don't really know how I feel, but it's not because
Not because
I'm
I'm hating on
pocket
him.
watching. You know what I mean? I just don't know the guy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's always out here spending. He's buying islands. He's buying neighborhoods. Buying and selling chocolate factories. Selling peanuts at Walmart. He sounds like another. I'm not even gonna say white. He just sounds like another rich person to me.
Super entrepreneur.
Yeah, he sounds like another person who has a lot of resources to do whatever he wants. I can't be mad at that.
Well,
honestly,
also,
if I had the
like-
money to buy an entire neighborhood, guess what I'm doing? Buying 2.
Exactly.
Who lives here? Nobody. Why? I think there's like one guy all the way the other end.
Fuck it. He can stay here.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So I don't know. I'm not mad at it. I don't know why people give him such a hard time.
And here's
Because we're technically funding everything that he does.
and here's another crazy thing is like, how do you think he creates this content? Like, most content creators, they get a team, they buy a house, or they rent a house. Those
Yep.
houses that they buy or rent, if you're renting them, are like upwards of 10 grand a month because they're charging you like a business in a business location. And yeah, a lot of the amenities and stuff like that is like the upkeep and all that stuff. They come and they clean up after you when you're done leasing it, da 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 da. But at the same time, that's a lot of money. And if you buy a house come on, bro. Like, if buying a house that you can make content, it happens all the time. But yeah, you're not doing that multiple times.
No.
And for him to be like, look, you know, I'm not going to be out here just showing up at your house at 3 a.m. like, let's make content, bro. Like, fear factor time. Like, no, he's literally just like, I'm copping the neighborhood for my team. And if that results in us being able to create more content, devoting more time, space, energy, then that'd be great. But to my knowledge and what I understand of the situation, he's literally just like, it would make more sense.
Yeah.
Which to me, it makes hella sense. And even if you don't use it for content creation, like, what if he buys a whole neighborhood and everybody's like, he bought it for the team, but he's like, honestly, I got together with Mythbusters to see if we could create a nuke town, and just blew the whole thing up.
Oh my gosh. No, he bought it for the team.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying he could do that. And it would probably still go to charity somehow.
Yeah. And
like,
people would still give him crap for it.
Yeah. Like, I'm not too pressed on Mr. Beast. I've always said that. I think that the things that he does are kind of ridiculous, but I don't have the money to do those kinds of things. And if I did, I probably would too.
I probably would.
Like,
because again, that's even the space we're trying to get in. Like, I'm trying to be in a space where I not necessarily buying entire neighborhoods, but I'm creating content and like I'm really going above and beyond, and I have the resources to do that. Like, and that's all I'm seeing from this.
Yeah, it's like being an artist. Like, a lot of times people don't think that content creators are artists too. Mr. Beast is an artist of the highest regard in a lot of ways, like Banksy. Because if you regard, not like, I'm not trying to make that direct comparison.
Yeah, no,
Banksy is way, way, way different than what Mr. Beast is trying to accomplish as a whole. But when you take into consideration like the artistic devotion that it takes to do those kinds of things, it's similar in the core of where you're coming from. So like, to have nobody know exactly what's going on, where you're getting this money, why you're doing these things, and like what the motivation is behind it, he's just doing them.
Yeah.
And they're like, why'd you do this? Why not? Because people, like, no one else is doing it. And they're like, so why did you do it? He's like, cause no one else is doing it.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
Yeah.
and
his was, oh, well, you shouldn't do that.
And the crazy
Get
thing, when I was looking up the articles about this, they're like, oh my God, Mr. Beast bought this whole neighborhood. The first thing that they want to do is get kind of racist about it. They're like, he's trying to turn it into like the Asian culture of like having like a work living society where you're like, you don't leave here, you just work and you live and we just provide everything for you. And I'm like, from Mr. Beast though, honestly, I don't think I would have to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
You're paying for my house. You're paying me to do content creation all day too at something that I'm probably good at. Bro, hell no.
Yeah.
You need me to go grocery shopping? Hell yeah, bro. We'll turn that into content too.
No,
like,
for real.
Whatever it takes. Like, I'll do it. And Mr. Beast, if you hear this, you see this anywhere, I might even just put you in the tags and stuff. I would love to do that. I do a little bit of video. I do a little bit of jokes. Not that funny, but you know.
Jokes. A little bit of jokes.
We do podcasting.
This is not an interview. This is not you looking for a job. Moving right along.
Oh my God.
But same.
But for real, like, people need to stop hating on content creators. Like, we're artists. That's what we do. Yeah. If somebody wants to pay us to do that, we're just going to keep doing it. Like, what are you talking about? A lot of you guys are, if you're a rocket scientist and you're hating on Mr. Beast because he gets paid to do something that he's passionate about, you paid somebody a lot of money to be a rocket scientist. And honestly, I'm judging you for that.
And honestly, a lot of y'all are in positions you guys hate.
Exactly.
This man loves what he does.
You're getting paid. Let's just take into consideration somebody that is a millionaire, right? So Mr. Beast, he's a billionaire, but that's only because of the assets that he has, not because he's just rolling around in billions of dollars all day, every day. A lot of that stuff is sponsored and he spends it. So like, his over under every year is probably at least $1 billion because it's like, yeah, I made a billion, but I also spent 1.3.
Yeah.
You know, like, I had $1 billion in savings, so now I'm at like, you know, so on and so forth. And his taxes must be atrocious. Like, I am not even gonna, but like, stop judging on that. Like, he's doing something that he's passionate about. And you guys couldn't do it. No. Like, I'm gonna be completely real.
Even if y'all had the money.
Yeah, even if you had the money, you could not do it like that.
So
I couldn't do it like that. Like, and I'm never going to say that I could. If I won the Mega Millions tomorrow, who's to say that I'd have it by the next week?
Yeah.
And you guys would not see it on YouTube, that's for sure.
No, I would not. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But anyway, last thing on here, I'm gonna let you have this one.
Going to the Janelle Monáe.
We're talking about Janelle Monáe.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about the baby because he recently went on, on the.
He's had a huge marketing success of this new song that he had. He also had the Jabberwockies in the music video.
Okay, that's not the first time though.
I know.
He went on The Shop, and he was talking about when he made those homophobic comments and how those were learning opportunities, blessing in disguise. And do we agree that we're a blessing in disguise, or do we think it permanently damaged the baby as an artist?
I think that
everyone is the new music video a commercial success, or is it just popular on TikTok because
it just seems like
the machine's behind it?
Yeah, probably. It's just popular because Kevin Hart featured it, I feel like. And like everybody's cutting that video of Kevin Hart out and like putting it into a bunch of other stuff. So it's like it's memeable. Again, like that's what I was.
For that? Does the baby have a career? I guess that's what I'm really trying to ask.
Sure. I think he could still make music every now and then. I probably won't like directly listen to the singles and stuff like that. Like when he drops an album, I'll listen to the songs and make my critiques, but I'm not like super hardcore like, hell yeah, when's the next DaBaby project? Like I don't think anybody is really.
No,
Because
not
every
anymore.
time he does come out with a project, like the last one we talked about was like not really too crazy. Like
It's the exact same thing.
yeah, it's not that it's lackluster, it's just the same thing. And we've talked about that literally over a year's worth of time that he just keeps doing that.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Is it?
That
Anyway,
is fine.
I just wanted to let the
his
people know
career
the
is what it
baby's out
is.
here doing stuff, but I do want to talk about Janelle Monáe, so let's get to that.
All right, Janelle
Showing
Monáe
titties.
at a recent concert was out here flashing titties. And then just got right back into the performance.
We're here to support.
Yeah, we're here to support.
She also dropped a music video where there was a lot of that happening. Not a lot of titties being shown, but there were some butt cheeks being shown. A lot of dancing. The music is good. I think that's what
themes of being a girl and loving a girl, right?
So that's
what it's
why I don't want to say it was gimmicky, because it was really good quality content, and she clearly has a vision for this.
Yeah.
So
I'll
I'm
take
happy
that.
for her. I didn't know Janelle Monáe was a lesbian.
Yeah.
Mostly because it was none of my business to know that.
That's fair.
But people were online saying, because men obviously were commenting on the video. They were like, "Oh my God, like, yo, this is crazy." So some people were like, "Yo, this isn't for you." Other people were shaming her for doing that. Body shaming and everything in between.
Weirdos.
I miss the days on Twitter where you could just enjoy something and go on about your business.
Yeah.
'Cause
Sometimes.
what are we talking about?
Sometimes-
Honestly,
sometimes
if y'all
you
seen
see
that video,
titties.
ooh,
Yeah, like sometimes you see titties, and if you see titties and you're offended, honestly, just don't see them.
yeah.
Like you can go and
I
watch
don't know
all.
how you see those titties and be offended though.
I was not offended. My girl was not offended. We all looked at it at dinner.
Yeah, and we go, yo, good for her.
Go, dang, yeah, good for her.
Good for her. No one started going on a rampage and how it was nothing.
No one
nasty.
no one was overtly on
Yeah.
the side of like. We're here to support, right? We're not here to ogle her.
Yeah.
We're not here to shame her.
They
Like
were
none of
nice.
that. Yeah.
They were nice. Good for you. Like I ain't mad at that. You know what I mean?
I love the inflection moments. We're gonna keep that.
I'm not even mad at that. But apparently caused some uproar. Let people be people.
Yeah, bro. Leave them alone.
And
Like,
honestly,
it's really not that
I
serious.
remember Janelle Monáe just dressing like the character from Hunter x Hunter, where she's always in a freaking suit. If she doesn't want to do that anymore and she wants to enjoy her body and make music like that, let her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
'Cause again, the music's
man,
good.
And like we said, Janelle Monáe is for the girlies. And
She can be for the boys too. I know she doesn't hang out with the boys, but she Janelle Monáe is for everybody.
I'm just saying, you know,
What are you
if
saying?
Janelle Monáe wants to be for the girlies, then Janelle Monáe is for the girlies. And I'm not saying that like nobody else can appreciate.
Did Janelle
I'm
Monáe
just
say she's
saying-
for the girlies? I don't think she said that.
I don't
Even
know
on
if she
her
said that
album
either.
cover, there are men on it, so I think everybody
Hey,
can
that's
just come
always
have a good time.
That's always a device. But anyways, the word that we received was that she's a lesbian, but she may not be a lesbian. Let's look it up.
But I'm not talking. See, again, I'm not talking about her sexuality or who she decides to sleep with. I'm talking about her music. I don't care if she's a lesbian. I don't think Janelle Monáe is only making music that only lesbians can listen to, though.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the flash may have happened in a moment that was for the girlies, if that makes sense. You know, like if you're like, hey yo, I'm out here flexing on the beach. You're not out here flexing on the beach for the boys. You're out here flexing on the beach because
I'm out here flexing on everybody.
I mean, yeah, flexing
The
on
flex is-
everybody,
the flex
but
is
flexing
non-binary,
for.
all right? Like-
Oh my gosh, flexing for somebody. Ah, pansexual. Bet.
So she really see
Love proponent.
and look at Twitter telling everybody she's a lesbian. Y'all don't even know.
Hey.
Y'all don't even know. Y'all just be saying stuff. That's why I'm minding my own business.
Hey.
I just enjoy Janelle Monáe for who she was as a person.
Hey, and all I'm saying is we were at dinner and the girlies were saying that it was for the girlies. And we just probably
And now we know they don't know what they're talking about.
Now we know.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Shout out Janelle Monáe.
Shout out Janelle Monáe. Shout out your new single. It's gonna be a vibe tomorrow at the beach. I'm playing it for sure.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely. Man, we got to get the lotion.
Get a lotion.
The sunscreen.
Okay, you got to do that. I'm well equipped, bro. Please don't push any of your
Bro,
woes.
what
on
are
me
you
like this,
talking
all
about?
right?
You literally
Like, I don't like
just
when you do that.
on your last vacation, you just said that you were peeling when you came back.
Yeah, I have
So
sunscreen
we
now.
got Yes, that's what I'm saying. So we got to bring the sunscreen.
But I already got it.
What are you
Like,
on?
Don't make it sound like I
Anyways,
need to go get anything like that.
no.
And I got lotion.
Oh my
What are you
God,
talking
that's
about? Why would
not
you even
even
say
what
that on the
I'm
record?
saying,
We need to
bro.
go get lotion. I'm
That's not even
moisturized.
what I'm saying.
So what were you saying?
All I was saying is that we got to bring the sunscreen. We got to make sure that we got all the tools. We got all of the things
The
we
homie
need.
said we got to bring the hot dog.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
our resident,
the
our
other
resident
homie got real.
glizzy handler.
Yeah, the homie got real upset when he goes, "Why are you looking at me when you said that?" It's like, yo, y'all are sensitive.
Oh
Anyway.
my God.
But no, tomorrow's gonna be a nice beach day.
cut.
Talking about the beach, we need to get into some Seattle news, and then we'll be back. And welcome to our last segment here of the Winning Podcast, where honestly we gotta do this quick. It's getting hot.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
These lights not helping.
No. But Ella Mai is coming to Seattle. Our last segment here is going to be all Seattle news, all things happening in Seattle. Ella Mai, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's coming to Seattle. I probably should have looked up where and what actual day, but just know, do your own research.
Welcome to the Winning Podcast, where we tell you the things to look
Does
up on
she
your own.
still make enough music to go on tour?
I think that.
And I'm not trash talking. I just don't
I
know.
think that about literally everyone sometimes. So
Really?
I couldn't really say. There's a lot of artists that go on tour where I'm like, when was the last time that you made something?
Yeah, I mean, Janet Jackson still tours, but I feel like she has enough body of work to do that. I just don't know if Ella Mai. Maybe I'm just not checking for her. I got to check up on it. Maybe she has been putting out music. Maybe. Let's do a quick Spotify search here. What was the last thing she put out?
I was trying to look it up when I was preparing. I was just coming up with my.
Ellie Goulding. She haven't come up as the 7 million monthly listeners. The last album she put out, latest release, Heart on My Sleeve, 2023.
I did see that.
Oh, this is long. This came out in February. Before that was 2018. Oh, no, 2022.
Okay. I was
No,
about
no,
to
no,
say,
no, no. 2022.
God damn.
2022 was Heart on My Sleeve, and the deluxe came out in 2023, so it's the same album pretty much.
Okay.
Before that was 2018.
Damn.
She had a. That's it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see.
And perform your deluxe on tour.
Yeah, we'll see how.
We'll see how the reviews are. You gonna go to the concert?
No.
Damn.
Are you going to the concert?
I don't know. Maybe. I've been trying to go to more concerts, so we'll see if that one makes the docket.
I was watching the guy on my phone. I'm out here taking you back. Anyway, next on their Cap Hill Market. Okay, I really didn't look into any.
That's what I was trying to ask you for this. I'm like, okay, so there's the night market that happens every now and then. I went to that last month. They do it once a month, so that's definitely something to look into. I know that there's a bunch of other like specialty things going on this month, whether it's thrifting or just vintage stuff, so on and so forth. We walked by like a vintage.
Put your feet down. Look at your damn feet.
You can't see them in the frame. You better chill.
Honestly, let's get into
by
what we
vintage
really want to
furniture
talk
shop.
about.
Yeah,
Seattle Women's Sports Bar.
yeah.
I didn't really understand. Okay, so last episode we spoke about a women's sports bar geared towards women's sport, and then we kind of caught news that Seattle kind of had something similar, and we wanted to go and hang out. To my disappointment, what Seattle means as a women's sports bar, which is that all the workers are women and they just play regular sports.
Okay, so I think that you had a mistaken idea of what to expect during this moment specifically. So Rough and Tumble is an all women's sports bar. However, when the clientele wants to watch the NBA finals, you're gonna let them watch what they want to watch.
That's not how that works. Then go to a regular sports bar. Because again, the idea of the all women's sport, no.
That's not entirely what it is, though, dude.
No.
It's a sports bar.
You're not hearing me.
Towards...
You're not hearing me though. Last week, what we talked about was that sports bar in Portland only play women's sports. They don't care if it's an NBA finals. They're not playing men's sports in there.
I highly doubt that.
No, but that is what it is. I don't care what you highly doubt. That is what it is. That is the actual fact of it. She opened up the bar because nowhere plays women's sports. So the bar exclusively only play women's sports. So when we went to Rough and Tumble, none of the screens were showing women's sports. Like the closest they got was the
they played
the
softball,
horseshoe.
they played cornhole.
Okay, there were men in the cornhole one.
Yeah, because that's the fucking whatchamacallit.
But I'm saying like
the super hole.
It wasn't like women's sports like the women's sports bar. Like the one in Portland, which is what I thought it was going to be. And I'm not saying they're wrong for being different, but it's definitely not in a women's sports bar geared towards women's sports, is what I'm saying. So now you're doing deep research, and we got to be potting.
Hey, I'm just saying that, like, your expectation that Seattle is doing something that Portland specializes in is way too high.
Specialize in it's like, one bar there. It's just open.
Exactly one bar that has been open for longer than you think. Because we already went over that too.
So what expectation are you talking about? Like, no, I'm just saying
it's a women's sports bar that created a safe space and a safe place for
is that
women.
What I said though, that's not. You're not. See, that's the fucking issue we're having right now. You're not actually talking about what I'm talking about. All I said was, oh, I thought when we were going to go there, that's what it was going to be. I didn't say there was anything wrong with it. I didn't say it couldn't be a safe. I didn't say any of that extra shit.
You're saying it like it's a bad thing.
But
like,
no.
Why were they playing the NBA finals in a sports bar?
No, that's not even what I said. I just said I thought it was going to be just like the one in Portland because that's what the article even was about. When they did it in Portland, the one in Seattle reached out and was like, oh, how can we do this too? So yeah, when I walked up in there and a lot of the screens were showing sports that didn't have women in them, I was confused. And I think that's a legitimate thing to think when I've never been there before. I don't think that's me attacking anything they're doing. When the last report we read was this lady being like, all I play here is women's sports. Obviously, there were guys in there still, but I don't care if you want to come here and watch men's sports, go somewhere else. That's what I'm saying. Like, saying that the patronage...
That's not inclusive,
but saying
though.
the patronage came here and was like, made me change my bar's mission statement, to me doesn't make sense.
That's not at all what happened. When the NBA Finals is playing for like literally 5 days.
I don't think the bar in Portland would just like, oh, now that, you know, these people want to watch men's sport, I'm just going to forget the mission statement and just fold. I don't think that's happening.
I don't think that's
happening.
I don't think that that's folding.
I do think it's folding because that wasn't your mission statement to begin with. Like, if you say you're only playing women's sports and people want to come in here and be upset that you're not, there's plenty other bars where you can go watch the NBA Finals. You can't come to my bar and now you want to watch it here and I have to just, okay, yeah, no. I don't think it works.
Didn't lose money.
I don't think so. I don't think so when the bar in Portland always has a line out the door.
That one is specific.
No.
Rough and tumble is different, and that's what I'm saying.
What I'm talking about directly is you saying that they had to potentially switch up the programming to make the people happy in there. I don't think their clientele would be upset about them not showing the NBA Finals.
And it was playing live. We were there for the last quarter of the live NBA Finals.
Okay, you're not even addressing what I'm saying. So we're not talking about this.
Bro, okay, no, we have to talk about this because honestly, you're not hearing me either. What you're saying right now is you walked into a bar that's mission statement is to primarily play women's sports.
No,
they made the decision.
I don't know if that is what it is.
That is what it is. That's what rough and tumble is.
Okay.
Rough and tumble is as close to the sports bra as we will get in Washington right now until the sports bra branches out over here.
Then it's not the sports bra, so it's two different conversations.
And that's what I was trying to say. You weren't hearing that.
All I said was, you can't tell me that they did it because the people in there.
All I said is that's a possibility.
All right.
And if nobody's gonna be in your bar, and maybe your fucking employees wanted to watch the NBA Finals, you never know what the case is.
No.
But for you to walk into a place that goes, this is supposed to be for all women's sports. Why aren't they playing women's sports?
But that's not even what I'm saying.
That's basically what you just said. You said I didn't see any women's sports.
Basically, that's what I said. No. What I said was, okay, if we're trying to do this whole geared towards women's sport thing, there's other things happening. The Women's World Cup is happening right now. I'm just saying, the lady in Portland.
But it is happening live during that moment that we were there.
That doesn't fucking matter. Why does that matter? People play reruns of sports all the time. That doesn't matter.
That's what they made the decision to do.
I'm just saying, and again, I'm not upset that they did that. I'm just saying, like, yeah, when I walked up in there and I was surprised. I can be surprised that the men's sport is on because I thought this was geared towards women's championship and women's basketball and women's sports because all those championships are also happening. Those things are actively happening right here, right now. So yeah, telling me that, oh, I folded because my patronage wants to watch the men's, they could have went somewhere else and I could have stuck to my guns, to my actual clientele that's here to watch women's sport. So that whole fuckery of they're missing out on money. No, like that's not the point. And again, if I'm comparing it to the lady in Portland, the only thing to compare it to, I don't care about that. What we're talking about is
this city. Do you really think that would have passed?
That's not what we're talking about. That, like, again, we're leveraging things that I'm not putting on the table.
I'm here trying to provide you with any kind of reasonable defense for their business.
Okay. I don't need a defense for their business. I'm just saying I was surprised. That's all I said. Yeah. You don't have to defend it. And again, if
I'm just saying it shouldn't have been that surprising.
If they are, it is surprising because again, because what comment you and Joshua made?
They also had a man working.
You guys were like, he only knows about soccer. No, clearly I know a lot more about sports than both of y'all because I know actively right now there's a lot of things happening in the women's sports world that again. All I'm saying is, sure, they might not just play women's sports. That's totally fine. I get that. But I'm not going to say that they felt the need to switch their mission statement to whatever was going on because of the NBA men's final. And I don't believe that.
And I don't think that anybody's changing their mission statement. Like, just because the NBA Finals is playing and you decide that, hey, yo, we didn't play it the first 2 days and we didn't have shit for fucking business. And you go, all right, we're gonna just happen to play the NBA Finals because most of our patronage, who are actually all women, don't cut me off. Let's just say, because we were in there yesterday, there were at maximum 30 people in that building and we were 6 of them.
That's the other thing I was gonna say.
So
it's not like they were booming with business where,
and
they
that's
were
what
just
I'm
doing
saying.
that.
Maybe
Like,
the other fucking 20 people wanted to watch that. Maybe the women's fucking soccer game was playing on the TVs outside that we never looked at. We were sitting in the main
I'm
here.
just saying, because even
And
to
you're
that
out
point,
here accusing them of
No,
like
I'm not accusing them
folding
of
hella
anything.
hard because they played the NBA
That's what
finals.
you said.
No,
That's what you said.
You
I never
said they're
they
folding
folded.
to their mission
I
statement.
never said they folded. What you had said was, which obviously we're going to watch the clip over, you were like, well, maybe, the people in there was like, oh, we don't want to watch this. We want to watch the men's game.
Maybe.
No, and I'm saying,
as a person who's worked in a bar.
I'm saying if my bar is to only play women's sports and I'm like, oh, well, I guess if you don't want to watch women's sports, I'll just switch it over to the men's sports. That is folding. That's what I was addressing because you said that. So I'm saying if they did that based on that alone, then yeah, they fucking folded. Because the women in Portland,
And
she
I
was
just don't
willing
think it's
to
that-
risk going
it's that serious.
bankrupt. It's fine. It is that serious. Like, if you're trying to open up a new part of the industry
I'm gonna call
towards
Rough
women,
and Tumble myself and be like, why did you guys play men's sports?
fucking do that if you want. Don't
And
call me
like,
back with the results either.
I really wanna know so that I can figure out what the deal
Yeah,
is
and
here.
they'll probably
with,
tell you, well, we're
with
never
your
we're
whole
gonna
idea.
play all women's sports anyway. And honestly, yeah, fine, I get that because to me, that's not your clientele being like, we're not watching what you're wanting to put on. Because again, like if you want to come to my bar, you're watching what the programming for my bar is, which is women's sports, is what I'm saying.
Hey,
I would not.
maybe these niggas don't even got all the channels.
Okay, you know what? Perfect example. Let's do it this way. You should know this. DJ Goldfinger. DJ Goldfinger would never switch up his music to anything different than what the fuck he wants to play just because.
But he would change his TV channels.
Okay, that's not the main attraction. That's like daytime. We know the
But
real
that's what
main
we're
attraction.
talking
No,
about.
we know the real main attraction there is
You can't
for
compare
the club.
nightclub in this way, though.
No.
Because people go there to dance. They're not there to fucking sit down
I know,
and do
but
anything.
I'm saying you would never go to him and be like, hey, like, because what is it? He doesn't always run to the top 40. He doesn't do that. We know he doesn't do that. If somebody was in there like, hey, we're all leaving if you don't play the top 40, he would look at all of them and say, get the fuck out then. He would do that.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. So in that same level, if 40 of y'all show up to my bar, it's like, hey, we're all gonna be here only if you like change this and da. Like as a business owner, and if I'm really trying to cater to my clients, then you don't need to be here because you're not my clientele. But if my mission was to never only play women's sports, then yeah, that makes sense. I'm just saying based on the news that I read and the industry people were trying to grow, yeah, I wasn't surprised there were men in there. That made sense to me. I didn't even care. Like, I was like, okay, obviously, yeah, like men also do want to watch women's sports. I'm just saying for a first time going into there, I was like, okay, yeah, this is not what I thought it was. And I can have that thought. That can definitely happen. So yeah, you can call him if you want, but
It does say we play women's sports.
yeah, but that's not exclusively.
We have a seat for every fan who wants to tune in and turn it up, no matter if that's on the court or on the pitch, college, pro, icon, or underdog.
But that
so they
doesn't say
play
exclusively,
women's
so-
sports. And now I'm gonna go to the sports
But
bra.
it doesn't say exclusively. So again, yeah, like they play all sports. And back to my point, oh, okay, yeah, they do things differently here. And I don't think it's because their clientele made them do it. Which, again, to address your question.
There's also doesn't say exclusively.
But if you read all of her press runs, it is an exclusive bar for that. It doesn't say exclusively like.
But what I'm saying here is like we're both kind of taking it and running with it. Because at this point, you're comparing it to something that also never specifically said that it wouldn't run the NBA Finals.
I don't think it ran the NBA Finals.
Again, I want to find that out. I will
Yeah.
dead ass call the sports bra and
Call
be like,
them.
"Hey, can we put this on here?
Yeah. Okay. And then what?
Give me your phone.
No,
Connect
we're
it
not
to the
doing
shit
that right now.
No,
Heck
I would
no.
love to see
No,
it.
do that on your own time. and then
No,
bring it back
I would
to the
love to
podcast.
see it.
Bring
No.
it back. No, do it on your own time.
Bro,
I'm not doing that
we're
right
trying to
now.
make content.
No. Okay. First of all, what time is it? It's 1:43.
They're open.
Okay. Do that on your own time. I'm not doing that right. You think I'm gonna sit here? Especially also, we can't call them. You should know why we can't do that on the phone right now. We're not gonna tell. Hey, is it okay if I record you for my podcast? Hey, I'm about to ask you questions about your. No, we're not doing that. That doesn't make sense to do on the air.
I'm gonna find out.
On your own time, and then bring it back, and we'll discuss even more. Because again, I'm not upset that they're playing different sports. I'm just saying, like, I think they would have always done that, and it wasn't because they didn't want to miss out on on whatever was going on. Because yeah, if they were really trying to capitalize on showing the NBA Finals, there would have been more than 30 people in there.
Hey, and maybe that's just what their regular business looks like.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think that that's a very successful location for that, because to be completely real with you, that used to be a tattoo shop. And I have no idea how the fuck they got all that in there, but I'll give it to them. But
Anyways.
shit, man. All I'm saying is I'm just real passionate that you just came in super hot and
About
ready
what?
to hate on them.
I didn't hate on anybody. None of it was hate. None of it was hate.
I thought that we were going to talk about how good the food was, because it was kind of fire. Those Asian style wings were my shit. I had some pretty
okay.
banging nachos. The burger killed it.
First of all,
This guy came in and was
barely
like,
ate
they
the
weren't
nachos.
playing women's sports. Because I had already eaten all the other shit.
See, again, for some reason you hear me say that, and apparently that hurts your feelings and it sounds like a terrible thing. I don't hear it that way. For some reason, me saying I expected walking into a women's sports bar and seeing more women's sports be playing on TV hurts your feelings, and I don't know why. And I'm not taking that back. And again, I didn't say it bothered me. I still sat down, didn't make a fuss about it. I didn't even ask any questions about it. Had my drinks, had my food, and I left. Are we not potting? I'm potting and asking questions. I don't know why your feelings are hurt about it, if I'm being completely honest. Because
Hey,
again,
I just feel like it was a highly judgmental statement
No,
about
it
how
wasn't.
they chose to run their business for that day. And we happened to come in at an odd time.
You know what? Fine. I'll play the villain. I don't care. I come here and I pay you money. I can judge your business if I want to. We do that all the time. We go into Walmart, we go, why the fuck is it set up like this? That happens all the time. So what does that mean? Yeah, I can walk up in here and be like, I assume it'd be soccer and softball and all sorts of women's stuff, and sit down and eat my food and be okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Because I
And
walk
the
into
thing
Walmart
is-
and I go, why do y'all sell cheap shit like this? And I walk out. That's criticizing their business model.
And I'm here to say that
I just want to say the camera cut off before we resume. What Caleb is pulling right now is what we're accusing Twitter of. You say one thing, and what do? They run with it and try to make it seem like the bad guy.
No. Okay.
In reality, all you said was, this is a little bit different than what I expected. Never had been there.
I'm just trying to give the other side of the perspective. So Luigi came in expecting them to only be playing women's sports. The other side of the perspective that I'm trying to have is that as a person who spent like 7 to 9 years of my life working in bars and restaurants, I understand how you're not always doing 100% of what your mission statement is at every second of every day.
And that I get that too.
There are possibly times when you're like, you know what? Honestly, the cooks want to watch the NBA Finals. And the only place they can see that from is a motherfucking weird-ass corner window where they can see the big TV.
But to me, that is fundamentally different than...
I'm just giving
Again,
excuses
like,
at this point.
No,
but
it's not excuses, but to me, all that makes sense. I get that. Again, that is not my problem. That is not the issue here. The only issue, like I said, is don't come in my bar demanding shit, because that's what you had said. That is, if anything, I was on their side of being like, no, I would not entertain somebody who walk into my bar and being like, hey.
It's never demanding. I'm just Sometimes it is, but
I would
in
not
that
switch
space,
to that.
I would never think that those people would be coming in like
And that's
being
what
like,
I was
"Hey,
pretty
yo,
much
fuck
saying.
your business model."
I was just saying, like, I don't think because to me, I would not even start a business like that if I was not going to stand my ground to what I'm actually trying to do, is what I was trying to say. Like, if I'm out here saying that, hey, this is, obviously it's not exclusive, which, again, totally fine. But if that would have been the case, don't come in here demanding shit. That's not what I'm saying I'm going to do, is all I was saying.
Yeah.
Because, again, like, the women in Portland, which, obviously, maybe we should go. Trip to Portland. Maybe this is what we need to do.
Yeah, this is what we need to do.
This is what we need to do. We're going to go down to Portland, hang out with the sports bras. Sports bra. I don't know why I said it like that. Anyway.
Yeah, if we can get this into like an actual recordable instance and we could turn this into content, I'd love to.
Yeah.
This would be the first like really big thing that we could do, because I'd love to interview
that'd be
another
fun.
bar owner.
So we'll see what happens. But nah, I'm honestly like, I'm all for a bar that would play exclusive women's sports.
Yeah,
Like,
I am too.
I'm doing whatever I want.
I just wasn't really shocked when they weren't.
I wasn't shocked either. I'm bringing this up now because, again, we're potting. But yesterday, did I talk about it at all? No.
No,
If
I'm just saying the way you brought it up in this conversation.
I was like, cornhole's odd thing to just have at a bar because honestly, everyone in there was terrible except for the guys who were really filthy.
Well, bro, because like I was trying to explain to everybody, that was like All-Star Weekend for cornhole. Like it's not real. These are celebrities that are playing cornhole.
All-Star Weekend for cornhole is also not real because when your job says accountant and you got the cornhole All-Star, bro,
no. Not All-Star for cornhole. These are celebrities. It's like when we have the NBA All-Star Weekend, right? And they have the celebrity game. That's what we ended up tuning into. Is like strangely,
a lot of them were good looking.
They were
not. Good
looking, and only like 1 out of 7 of them were actually good at the game.
Yeah, okay.
And that old lady killed it.
Not to say ugly people play cornhole, and I'm not trying to do any of that. But
What?
anyway,
No. I was just literally saying that like we had a bunch of fucking celebrities playing this game, and I'm like, I feel like you all have played this before,
were they
and
celebrities?
none of them were good.
I thought they were just regular ass people.
One of them was the actress that played Kim Possible. That's what Kylie was talking about when we were at the table.
She ain't no celebrity.
Oh, hey.
No.
You're a Disney actor, at least. Voice actor.
No, and I don't even know if I'd go around telling people I was a Disney actor.
But anyways, the sports bra, I thought it was pretty good. I would love to go back
You
there.
didn't go to the sports bar.
Rough and Tumble.
I thought it was good
Rough
too.
and Tumble was good.
The wings were good. And I don't say that about a lot of bars. The drinks were strong.
Definitely don't say that about a lot of wings.
Great lighting, great setup. I had no problems being there at all. And
It
I really thought the
reminded
food
me-
was good. Usually the wings are made by people who've never had wings before in their life, but the wings was good. The service was great.
They had the black and white sesame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. I don't think, again, it was no knock at all at that business. I'd go back.
Absolutely.
We went to another place that was a lot more expensive that I probably wouldn't go back to, but it was Lord of the Rings themed and it was kind of lit. But with that,
I feel like that's like the kind of place you can only go for trivia, but you would not win. I don't know. Yeah.
I'd have to go there drunk because I'm not paying $20 for a drink every time.
No, hell no.
And I know to y'all that might sound like I'm just being broke. And honestly, I don't really care. I'm not paying $20 for a drink every time.
No.
But with that, enough rambling on, heated arguments, misunderstandings, people being wrong, not me.
Oh my God. Gaslights.
Not me.
Not me.
Yeah, see, look at you. Nasty work. With that,
Oh my goodness.
another great episode of The Winning Podcast with Luigi.
And Caleb.
Yeah,
Have a great day, y'all. Enjoy some sun.
it is hot.
Don't get so hot though.